Well, good morning, everybody. It is April 1st, and it is Saturday, and where have I been for morning coffee this month? Oh, I'm so sorry. I promised I was going to, and then I had my 2 call weekends, and I thought that I was going to be able to do morning coffees with you, like on the day before or day after, or during my call schedule in there. It did not happen, and it is not going to happen when I am on call. I just have to come to the realization, and I know this, that the 8-day streak that I'm on call, you know, you work a Saturday, you're off, you work some more, you're off a Friday, you're call, and you're sleeping on Sunday, and I just have to realize that during that 8-day period, every, I don't know, 5 to 6 weeks or whenever it is, that all I can do is work, come home and eat, feed everybody, do the necessities, and that's the end of the story. Because I just can't get her done. I can't get motivated. I'm tired. I can give you a whole line of excuses, so I decided to not to put the pressure on myself, and during that period of time, just call it a wash, just do the necessities of life, and not try to filter anything or do anything else in there, because I can't do it. So, but good morning. So I don't have any call for like till the end of the month now, so I thought I needed to get motivated and just get reorganized. I thought I was organized, but I was not organized. So anyway, no April Fool's jokes on anybody today, because I've got so much else going on. I always like to try to get in a little joke on somebody, but I've got so much going on today that I thought it's just not going to happen. So I have all of my stuff all ready and organized for our Memphis trip. I'm so excited about that. And the thing is, you know, like most of you girls, when you put on some weight, so I had to kind of rethink of what I was going to wear. And if you can see behind us, there's nobody in here, my puppies are in here. I don't know why I said that. Behind me, there's some of our outfits that we're going to take, and my husband doesn't, he'll wear whatever I lay out, but I want him to be comfortable. So I'm letting him have a little, it's kind of like got vintage car shirt and stuff, because he likes to wear shorts and stuff, and I don't blame him. I just don't wear shorts anymore. I just wear dresses because they're so much cooler and comfortabler. So I got everything ready and organized, and I'm going to put a little video together just to, I'm not going to do a whole fashion show and put all the outfits on, because I'll have some pictures when we take our trip, and you'll see all of our outfits at that point. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to take and pack and what I decided. And I thought I was going to take that check bag for sure, because I thought I needed it. I don't need it. I'm only taking 1 petticoat with me, and it's not one of the huge ginormous petticoats that take up half of your luggage. You can squish them down, but they still take quite a bit of room out. I'm taking one of my little vintage petticoats, and it has a little bit of fluff on it, and I'm going to wear it under that dress right there. So it'll just give it a little bit of fullness, but not the big poofy fanciness and stuff. I guess I don't take those when I travel. I did when we went to Viva. I took one. It took up a lot of room, and Vegas is, you know, it's not particularly at that time of year really hot, but petticoats they're uncomfortable. I've got a couple that were my first purchases that are the scritchy, icky, uncomfortable material. I don't even like wearing them. And I'm like, if I'm not comfortable at this point in my life with something I'm wearing, I'm not going to wear it. I don't mind wearing a little bit of undergarments and stuff, but I don't want to be itchy, uncomfortable, whatever, even though it does make the outfits look nicer, I guess. But I did order some petticoats from Lindy Bop that look, and I think they are the nice soft tulle, and I did get one that was a Hell Bunny one. That's the brand. That's the nice soft, and it's not the coarse netting. It's like the ones that are uncomfortable and scritchy are a coarse netting, and sometimes they'll have an underlayment to them, but that netting still gets on you. So I don't like those, but they do make nice soft ones, and they make ones that are just luxuriously soft and supple and stuff, but they're like really pricey, and I'm cheap. So hopefully maybe one of those will come in. I might take it with, or may not. I might just take my little vintage one for this dress. I can't remember which side it's on. So spring is here. It's officially spring. It's been spring for the last week. And it is spring weather. It is the must be pushing, going to be pushing 60 today. This morning it's beautiful, bright, sunny. My husband and son were out early in the morning because where we live, right up front here, we live on a gravel road. The side road isn't gravel, the front road is gravel. Gravel, and it's dead end. They grade it. I don't know why they grade it, and we're not happy about it, but usually a snow plow, what that is, whoosh, on the front of a big old not pickup, but whatever those called, utility vehicles. But they grate ours, and a grater is like a grate, you know, the plow is like this, whoosh, pushes the snow out of the way. A grater like goes right down to the road bed, whatever it may be, and it's one blade. So the whole front of our yard is gravel, and it's like this, I'm not kidding you, this thick of gravel. On a good year, it's only in maybe 1.5 foot. On a bad year like this year, it's in like 4 feet of this thick, oh, it's awful. So my husband has and I don't know what the official name is, but it's got a handle on it and and it's gas driven, and a long thing to this round cylindrical thing. It's about this big around and this long, and it's got rubber paddles on it that go, and you have to push it into the gravel bed and it will flip it back out in the road. So they worked on that. I think it took them like a good 2 hours to do the whole front section, clean up the areas where the guy who plows our yard driveway totally massacred our yard. So my husband had to kind of, and it happens sometimes, you know, they feel bad, but it happens. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell with all that snow dumped on us where everything is. So they got that all cleaned up, and the end of the driveway all cleaned up. So we're like going mad for the spring fever cleanup, because next weekend's our trip. The next weekend's Easter, so all the company will be coming over. And one thing I'm very grateful for is you, because you guys are very good motivators, because I like to share things with you. Like my vintage bedroom has just been a mess. It's just been a mess, and I thought, I got up early this morning and I thought I need to get going with it, because company's coming over, which is you, and you know, you only seen this area right here and you think, oh, that never really looks too bad. Oh Lord, I should sometime, but I'm embarrassed, show you what a disaster this room gets. And it's all my vintage stuff, and when I'm an off shift and my husband is an off shift, I sometimes will sleep in the guest bedroom, because you know, I don't want to bother him, and time I go to bed, he might be getting up, and he got to get some sleep in here, so sleep in there sometime. So sometimes I'll sleep in my vintage bedroom, just because everybody shifts different on those call weekends. So sometimes it will have all my stuff from that, so it just piles up and piles up. And when was it when I was on call and I was sleeping in here? Was that last Sunday? It was last Sunday. And it was like I woke up, my husband had gotten up and he was gone, and I got up and I looked around the room. I thought, what a disaster. It felt like a cave, and I'm like, you know, and that is like, you want a nice, my main bedroom, we always keep it very neat as a pin, because you want your surroundings that you're sleeping in to feel comfortable. And if you have clutter and what's that called, feng shui or whatever, if you have clutter and stuff and mass, and it's kind of makes it not feel claustrophobic, but you feel that messiness and you know it's there, and you sleep better if everything is tranquil and clean and picked up. So I thought, I'm going to get this, because after the 2 call weekends in a row is what I had, 2 Saturdays. So the Friday before, you don't do too much, just what you need to. You're on call for that 24 hours. And that Sunday, it's like you come home and have a little breakfast and you lay down and you get up, and then you might lay down again, and then you get, Sunday is always the day we always have to have a big family dinner. So I feel you have to, at least when you got 3 shift workers, get at least one good meal together, and then you get a couple during the week too. But I thought, let's get organized and get it cleaned up. So I did. So thank you guys, because I thought I want to get all my stuff organized. I want to show you my outfits. I want to get the room cleaned up, because I need to like get my camera set back so that you can see all my stuff. So you're good motivators. Thank you very much. You didn't even know it. So I'm doing that today. I told my husband, took the whole day off because he's going to get a whole bunch of like running things done and spring things done and organize. He's too. So it's just like a big day. My son's like, gung-ho and he's doing stuff, so it's just like that spring, it's really here. Not like you're waiting for the next dumping of snow to come, even though that has happened. I think we're clear past that weather-wise. Everybody's got spring fever to get everything cleaned up and organized, and it's just great. It's just this great energy in the house today. The puppies are running around and barking, and they're like, what's going on with everybody? So I'm going to after I finish coffee with you, I'm going to show you all the really cool outfits and stuff that me and my husband are taking, and then accessories and purses, and like what kind of shoes are you wearing. And I have a mix of true vintage stuff and some stuff that is vintage inspired from a store from Lindy Bop. I had bought one dress last fall at the Mississippi Mayhem, and then I went online. They have super good deals right now, so that's where I got this dress behind me. And then I ordered a couple other things, but they were, I'll do a little Lindy Bop haul, I guess, and show you what I got, because it was so good that you'd be like, oh, I can see. But you know, to get a dress like this that fits me, that's in my size, and they're extremely well made, for $20, or I think it was maybe $23. You're not going to find a vintage dress in that lovely a shape. So I am not a person that's like, you could only wear vintage, or, you know, if you're going to be, I believe you can mix and match, and you can do whatever you want, wear whatever you want, whatever makes you happy, whatever makes you comfortable, and nobody judges you. That's what's one really nice thing in this whole vintage community, that nobody judges, like, well, she's wearing this or she's wearing that. It's all about wearing what makes you feel good, what makes you feel comfortable, and everything is so embraced, because it's in so many different directions of vintage, reproduction stuff, rockabilly, people who like the 40s or 50s or a certain era and they stick to that, to you have what are called the motorheads or the car people, and that's a whole another realm of attire kinda, and the car club groups. So it's a really neat community, and it's a very vast community, and everybody gets along and embraces each other, so it's just lovely for that. So I'm appreciative to that, or for that, I'm sorry. And so then we have Easter, and then I got 2 weekends again. I'm sending the family up to get the place ready. I've been in contact with the owner up north, and everything's going to be ready to go up north. And too, so we talked to the person who's going to take our camper up and got that all organized. So it's just clicking along, and I think before I know it, it's going to be May. It seems once the nice weather hits, you know, it goes too fast. Winter seems to drag on forever, and then you get the nice weather, and it's like, where did it all go? So it's just a short little hi, I'm sorry I didn't have the coffees and didn't get organized, but I thought I'm going to live in my means of what I can handle. And you guys are so great. Not one of you has ever said, hey, where were you for coffee? You said you were going to have coffee with us, and you didn't. So you guys are so great. And even like the YouTube community, or at least the connections that I have in it, everybody's been so wonderful and so great. And there's a whole little YouTube community. There's a bunch of vintage ladies that I follow that they're like me too. They have their own little niche in the whole vintage thing, which is great. And I was just watching one I just love, and she lives in, I think it's South Carolina. I think that's correct. And her name's Yolanda. And she has, it used to be Vintage Kitten, now it's Bombshell Beauty. And I love watching her videos and stuff, because she's more, you know, as you know, with me, I am not into like beauty and makeup and hair tutorials. And I will, sometime I'll show you, and you're going to just like, because my hair stuff, I'm not like one of those fancy schmancy gals. Like I said, my vintage style is everyday late 40s into the 60s, more or less, type stylings and stuff. Like I said, I like to attain to what my mother had, you know, so that's my kind of goal, is that whole look of the everyday vintage gal. And I have a couple things that are kind of like the really fancy stuff too, but and I have tried to do that, and I think I've watched 8 million videos to try to get that, you know, beautiful, but I have hooded eyes, And I have, you know, I have little wrinkles there and stuff, and I have diligently tried to get the cat eye, or just a little wisp of it. And I think I'm just going to give up the goat, because I'm not going to get it. I've tried different techniques and different ways and watched all these different videos, and I've done it where I've gotten the great big, but I just don't, it's not me. I'm a kind of a simple makeup person, and I like to jazz up maybe with different eyeshadow colors. And I like, when you look at, you know, they kind of had the little cat eye going back in the 50s and in the 60s. And the 60s, boy, it got really crazy. But the 50s, the eyeshadows were not all of this layered and contoured, and it was just your simple on your lid and maybe up a little bit onto your crease eyeshadow. That kind of went out a little bit, but it wasn't cat eye, or it wasn't, you know, bold. It was just kind of a very simple eyeshadow look. And, you know, and later, when you get into the 60s and some all that, you got some all the crazy stuff going on. So I kind of attained to that simple 1950s, the simple, more natural, but punch it up with the light eyeshadows and jazz it up once in a while. And then, but I do like all the lipsticks that because they had everything from pink to corals to reds. So I think that's kind of my jazz up. I keep my face makeup pretty simple, and then just wear the really pretty lipsticks. And that was one thing. Yolanda was talking about this Besame lipstick she had gotten, and some good deals she got for some little minis. And the color she had on was this beautiful, and Lord, do you think I can remember the color of it, name of it? But it was an orange vintage. It was just absolutely, and I've been looking for an orange, and I didn't want to take the plunge and spend a lot of money on a lipstick. So, you know, because the Besame, I'm turning it around, sorry. Besame's are these, and those are, I think, like $22. And I've gotten some really good deals on, this is, I better look at it, this is Julie Hewitt, and she's cruelty free, that's why I like her. But she's got some beautiful lipsticks. But I wait until she has her deals on Holt Look, and you can get them for half off, so you can get them for like $11 or $12. So she hasn't been on there, but I love her. They're beautiful, creamy, rich lipsticks. And Besame is a little bit harder to work with, like Yolanda was saying on her. I'm like, I agree. I kind of struggle. I'm used to like that. I guess you're so used to a certain shape to your lipstick, but you kind of have to just slow down a little bit. So anyway, I went and ordered some. I got some of the samples she was talking about. So that's so nice to watch all these other, because you get ideas or you find out where deals are and stuff. So I went and ordered some, that color that she had on and was talking about, because I just love it. And they had some other, I think they were called glazes, that were really good deals for like $5 a piece. The lipsticks are like $22, $23. But they're very, very good quality, and they're cruelty free. And then they had the sample sizes, which were 8. So I picked up some of the glazes, which I think is kind of a gloss, but not quite. I'll try it out. I've never had a glaze before. And then I got the full size of the orange color, because it was so beautiful and muted and not loud, and like you didn't feel like it was like some late 1960s orange lipstick. You know, like psychedelic. It's like a very muted, beautiful shade. And the glazes. So those will all be coming. And then I think I spent $53 on everything I got. So like the glazes were $5, which I thought, is that a markdown or discontinued price? Because that $5 for Besame is cheap. The samples were 8, and the large size was 22 or so. So all my stuff that I got came to like $54, and then it was over 50, so it's free shipping. Was it? I didn't need it, but I just love that. And I've been looking for an orange, so once again, thanks, Yolanda. So my orders are going to be coming in. But check out the Besame site, because it's, like I said, cruelty-free. I'm not sure about vegan, but it's very authentic to the eras, and tells you a little story about the lipstick color and stuff. And it's lovely, lovely lipsticks. And they look lovely on your vanity, too. So that's all that's going on, just a lot. I'm going to just, like I said, I know you're like, Mary, you never have short coffees, but I try. So really not in just spring fever and getting everything going and rolling. And I'm going to get up and going for the day. I'm just going to put a little simple, I'm not getting all fancied up, but I'll show you today what I'm taking with me on our Memphis vacation. Vintage and vintage inspired stuff for me and my husband. And that's about it. That's all that's going on. So everybody, happy spring. Everybody get out and about, and I hope it's like it is today. Beautiful, perfect weather. It's not windy, and it's bright, bright blue skies. And get motivated. I love this. It's the time of year to get going and get motivated, and you just seem to have an extra bit of energy, and I just love that. So thanks for joining me for this little teeny coffee this morning, but I got to get going and get stuff done because, like I said, this is my last full weekend before Memphis and then Easter. And I want to get most of it done. I've even started some of my preparatory shopping for Easter to get that going, except for my fresh stuff. And what else do I got to get? Just a couple things. And our Easter dinner is very simple anyway. But I thought I want to get most of that out of the way so I'm not all stressing. And since we have so many people over for Easter, I use paper products. I even picked all that type of stuff up. Lord, spit out the holiday. Christmas is the only time I get my nice Christmas china out. That was my mom's. Otherwise, we paper product it, because you don't want to be in the kitchen the whole time doing kitchen duty cleanup. You want to be out visiting with relatives. So everybody take care. Have a great April Fool's Day. I hope nobody gets you. Maybe do a little lace. Don't make it a mean trick. Some people do really mean tricks sometimes. Make it just lighthearted and fun. So have a great day, and everybody take care until we have coffee again, and that will be after I come back from Memphis. And I'll take a lot of pictures and some maybe little vlogs and stuff while we're down there, and I'll share that when we come back. So everybody take care and have a great day. Bye.